Hello children, welcome back to your online class. Hope you all are fit and fine and doing well. So let's continue our chapter 2 measurement. Children, in our last video we have learned about the measurement of mass and we have learned about the measuring devices of mass. So today's topic is measuring time and now we will talk about what is time. So, children, as we all know, time has a very important role to play in planning various activities in our routine life. And time is defined as the gap between two events. The SI unit of time is second and symbol of second is S, small s. Second is denoted by small s. The larger units of time than second are minute and hour. And you all know the relation between these three, minute, hour and second. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. The bigger units of time for expressing longer time intervals are day, month and year. Here 24 hours is equal to 1 day and 30 days make 1 month, then 12 months make 1 year. The still bigger units for expressing very long time intervals are decade, century and millennium. 10 years make 1 decade, 100 years make 1 century and 1000 years make 1 millennium. So children, our next topic is time measuring devices. In ancient time, people used some natural events to measure the time. For example, time between one sunrise to another sunrise or time between one full moon to another full moon. Time between one full moon to another full moon was called a month and the time between one sunrise to another sunrise is called a day. Some of the most important time measuring devices used in ancient time were sundial, sand clock and water clock. Let us know about these devices. An early device for measuring time was referred to as sundial. A sundial measures time by the position of the shadow cast by the sun. Due to apparent movement of the sun in the sky, the position of the shadow of a vertical object changes continuously throughout the day. Some historical sundials still exist in India. You can see these sundials in Jantar Mantar in Delhi and Jaipur. But these sundials have one limitation also. These sundials cannot be used after sunset. Another early device for measuring time was the sand clock. Sand clock is also known as sunglass or hourglass. The sand clock uses the flow of sand from one glass bulb to another to measure time. The length of time taken by the sand to pass from one bulb of the sand clock to the other gives a constant time interval. Another ancient device used to measure the time is simple water clock. A water clock uses the rate at which water drips from one vessel to another to measure time intervals. Water was allowed to drip from one vessel to another vessel kept at a lower level. The time taken by the entire water to drip from upper vessel to lower vessel was used for measuring time intervals. Every time the upper vessel is filled with water, its water takes exactly the same time to drip into the lower vessel. Children, a motion which repeats itself at regular intervals of time is called periodic motion, and the principle of periodic motion is used for measuring the time. Clocks and watches are the most common devices used by us for measuring time. And one of the most common devices which shows periodic motion is pendulum clock or simple pendulum.
If we talk about the modern devices to measure the time, first of all we will talk about a clock or a watch. It is a device to measure time in hours and minutes. Some clocks may be provided with a second hand apart from the hour and minute hands. One more modern clock is digital watch. It is a device to measure time. It has a digital display screen showing hours, minutes, and sometimes seconds also. You all must have seen this watch. Another device is stopwatch. It is a device which helps to measure the time taken for a particular event. Such type of devices are used in modern day sports event which requires a very high degree of precision. It is marked in seconds. This watch has to reset to zero every time before measuring the time. Most of the clocks and watches these days use quartz crystal for measuring time. Quartz is a hard mineral consisting of silica. The time measured by quartz clocks and watches is much more accurate. There are some clocks which can measure time intervals as small as microsecond or even a nanosecond.
So children, let's learn some important point. A motion which repeats itself at regular intervals of time is called periodic motion. The principle of periodic motion is used for the measurement of time. Next one is most of the accurate clocks and watches these days use quartz crystal for measuring time. Quartz is a hard mineral consisting of silica. The smallest time interval that can be measured with commonly used clocks and watches is second. There are some clocks which can measure time intervals as small as microsecond or even a nanosecond. These clocks are used for scientific research. So children, we have completed our topic measuring time. And now before ending our video, let's do some exercises which are given in your book named Test Your Understanding. Okay, so first exercise is on page number 30, which is related to measuring lengths that we have done in our previous video. Okay, so first question of exercise is the girth of a tree can be measured by using a, options are given, plastic ruler, meter scale, meter rod or measuring tape. We have read all the measuring devices. Now you can easily judge that which device will be more convenient to measure a girth of a tree. So the girth of a tree can be measured by using a, yes, it will be measuring tape. Here you will write measuring tape. Now next question is smallest division which is found in a measuring tape is. In my previous video I have shown you that measuring tape and you might have seen these measuring tapes. So the smallest division which is found in a measuring tape is, yes, this will be 1 millimeter. Now our third question is, if you have to measure the length of a field, which type of measuring instrument will you use? And here 4 options are given: meter scale, measuring tape, ruler, or none of these. So we can't measure the length of a field by meter scale or ruler. So the most convenient device will be measuring tape. So here we will write measuring tape. Measuring tape. This will be the answer. Children, some of you have written that width of a tree can be measured by a ruler or meter rod. That is absolutely wrong, because to measure a round shaped object we need a flexible measuring device, and that is measuring tape. Okay, so the most convenient device will be measuring tape. So children, our next exercise is on page number 35, and this exercise is related to the topic which we have just read, that is measurement of time. Okay, so let us solve this exercise. First one is, question 1 is, the measurement of small time intervals became possible with the development of what? 4 options are given there: sand clock, sundial, pendulum clock and water clock. So we have just read about the measuring devices. We have also read that the motion which repeats itself after a regular intervals of time is known as periodic motion, and the principle of periodic motion is for the measurement of time. And clocks and watches are the most common devices for measuring time used by us. Okay, so the answer will be pendulum clock. Okay, that will be pendulum clock. Pendulum clock. This will be the answer. Okay, now second question is, the regular vibration of which electrically driven crystals are used for measuring time very accurately? Here some options are given: calcite crystals, quadratic crystals, chrome crystals and quartz crystals. So we know most of accurate clocks and watches use quartz crystals these days. So here answer will be quartz crystals. Okay, the regular vibration of which electrically driven crystals are used for measuring time very accurately is quartz crystals. Now next question is, the clocks and watches which are used for measuring time are based on, we have just read that principle of periodic motion is used for measurement of time. So here some options are given: rectilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion and rotational motion. So the correct option will be periodic motion. Periodic motion. So our next question, question 4 is, the sundial is a device for measuring. Here some options are given: speed, distance, time and height. So we have just read sundial is an earliest device used for measuring time. Answer will be time. What it measures? Time. Okay. Now last question is, which among the following is the smallest unit of time? Here some options are given: second, millennium, nanosecond and microsecond. So the correct answer will be the nanosecond. Nanosecond, because nanosecond is 1000 millionth part of a second. It is too small unit of time. So children, this much for today, and we will continue our chapter in next video. Till our next video, be safe, stay at home and take care.